about you all. This is my first Zoom funeral. Welcome, all of you, wherever you may be. I'm Rabbi Jennifer Singer. I'm here in Sarasota with Alexis as we say our final farewells to Sid and as an airplane goes over. While I imagine that everybody here on this Zoom is grateful for the technology that's allowed us to gather virtually, it would be absurd to not acknowledge that this is a completely surreal and strange situation. Something really important is missing. All of you. You're kind of here, but you're not. Alexis can't even see you. She can't hear you either, so you might as well not chat. And the loss of this wonderful man is made harder by your inability to be together, to hug and to cry together, to share memories and meals as you remember him. And yet, in these surreal times, we do the best we can. We're using a cell phone as a camera. We're using 2 cell phones as cameras. Hopefully this is keeping going. I tried to mute everybody's computers. It didn't work. We will ask you all to unmute for the mourner's Kaddish. Good Lord, somebody's trying to call me. It is absurd. It is surreal and absurd. Adonai Natan, Adonai Lakach, Yehi Shem Adonai Mivarach. God has given, God has taken away. Blessed be the name of God. Psalm 15, a psalm of David. God, who may abide in your house? Who may dwell in your holy mountain? Those who are upright, who do justly, who speak the truth within their hearts, who do not slander others or wrong them or bring shame upon them, who scorn the lawless, but honor those who revere the Lord, who give their word and come what may, do not retract, who do not exploit others, who never take bribes. Those who live in this way will never be shaken. Sidney Schneps, born in Brooklyn, New York. An only child, he grew up in an Orthodox household, something he rebelled against when he got older. His father had a job in the Navy shipyard there during the war, and the family stayed. And so did Sid, until he went to Drexel University in Philadelphia, where he studied accounting. He worked as an accountant for years, but his love for numbers eventually led him to a teaching job in math at the Philadelphia Public Schools. And even after reaching retirement age in the school system, he kept teaching and became a math professor at Camden County College. If you ever thought that a math teacher would be a boring person, on meeting Sid, you would learn how wrong you were. He was enthusiastic about life. He was fun and funny. And when he met Alexis in 1997, he found a woman after his own heart. They met cute. Today, lots of people meet online. But in the 1990s, it was unusual to find the love of your life on the internet. And yet they did. Both had signed up on the Jewish singles board of the JCC. Not that they were total strangers. They discovered that they had been in a class together at Drexel. And once, after visiting a yard sale she was having, he even asked her out. She declined, but fortunately, they ended up together because the next 22 years they happily shared their lives. Among their shared passions was travel. Alexis told me, because of Sid, I got to see the world. We went everywhere together, from Israel to Australia. It was wonderful. They ended up in Florida because his favorite aunt had left him a condo in Boca. But eventually, thankfully for us here, they moved to Sarasota and Bradenton. Sid loved big band music and World War II history and playing pinochle. He loved a good joke. But what he really loved was Alexis and their merged families. He was a good father, and he was a good grandfather. He was a good man, and he will be deeply missed. He is survived by his wife, Alexis, son Andrew and his wife Katrina, daughter Leslie and her husband Andy, stepdaughter Deborah and her husband Brian, grandchildren Seth and Rachel and Owen and Max, and so many others, students and friends and extended family, all of these people who loved this wonderful man. Please join me in the 23rd Psalm. Those of us who are here have the old-fashioned version, so that if you're reciting it from memory, it might sound a little bit more familiar. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I dwell in the house of the Lord forever. If it is comfortable for you to stand wherever you are, please do so while I chant the El Maleh Rachamim prayer. El Maleh Rachamim, Shochen Bamromim, Hamse Menucha Nechana, Tachat Kanfei Hashchina, B'ma'alot Kedoshim U'Torim, Kizohar Harakia Masirim, Et Nishmat Shimshon ben Mordechai Leib, Shehalach Leolamo. Began Eden Tehei Menuchato, Ana Ba'al Harakamim Hastirehu, Beseter Kenafecha Leolamim. Uzror Bezorcha Chaim Et Nishmato, Adonai Hu Nachalato, V'yanuach B'Shalom Al Mishkavo, V'nomar Amen. El Maleh Rachamim, exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure, to the whole of Shimshon ben Mordechai Leib, Sidney Schneps, who has gone to his eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May his soul be bound up in the bond of life. May he rest in peace, and let us say, Amen. I'm going to ask Alexis, actually I'm going to lower the coffin, and I'm going to ask Alexis and the few who are here to place some dirt on top of the coffin. I believe David will have some dirt from Israel for us, because we bury our beloveds also with some earth from Israel, holding an American flag, because Sid was a vet, and we treasure his service, and Alexis will treasure this flag. If you are home, you may be seated. I invite you during these moments of silence to picture Sid. If you have a photo of him nearby, pull it out. Look at his face. Think about the warmth that he brought to you and all that he knew. Think about the love that Sid was in. Alexis is holding a gardenia, which was Sid's mother's favorite flower.
Planted the bush at our house in her memory.
And he planted a bush at their house in her memory. So Alexis is also going to drop the gardenia in there. And I'm going to ask you to also begin with some soil from Israel. And I have to say to all of you, Alexis knows she's not alone. Alexis knows that you are here, and it makes such a difference to have you here with her and with us. And now we will hand you the shovel. Thank you. Yep. Okay. And because we are living in strange, surreal times, they're going to wipe the shovel down before Alexis touches it. One of the rules that we have in Judaism about this shovel is that it is not handed from one person to another. Each person uses it and then sticks it back in the dirt. There are 4 of us guests here. We will each take a shovel full of dirt and put it on the, if you choose to, on the coffin, and between each we will, because these are strange times, and because we are trying to keep everybody who is still alive healthy, we will wipe it down between each person. If Beverly, if you could bring your wipes over here, thank you. Go ahead, Alexis. It's also traditional, as Alexis is doing, to use the back of the shovel. It's harder. It's harder to pick up dirt with the back of the shovel. And that's why we pick up the dirt with the back of the shovel. This is not something we wish to be doing, but it is something that we must. Brad, do you want to go next? The sound of finality. Susan, would you? And don't sit. I'm going to hand you. Oh. David's going to hand you this flag.
On behalf of a grateful nation, it's my privilege to present you with the flag that our heroes served our country.
And together, if you would rise at home, if you are able to, we will recite the Mourner's Kaddish, a prayer that does not talk about death, but instead praises God. It is called the Kaddish Yatom, the Orphans Kaddish, and I know that Sid's son and daughter, 4 grandchildren, stepdaughter are here, and so I know that you too are feeling orphaned, are feeling a little lost right now. You are welcome to unmute yourselves. It may sound a little noisy to everybody who's on the recording, but it is also the beautiful sound of human voices together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'ama divrach hirtei v'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'yomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'meru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam umei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudisha b'richu la'ela mikol berchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran b'ama v'meru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Useh shalom b'mrumav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimeru amen. We are seated. Useh shalom b'mrumav Yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimeru amen. This ends our service. On behalf of Alexis, I thank you so much for joining us today. We are hopeful that we will be able to schedule a Shiva Minyan before Passover, hopefully on Sunday, once again using Zoom, so that you can all gather again and that you will be able to share memories of Sid. To Alexis and the family, Hamakom Yunachem Etchem B'tok Sha'ar Avalei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May God comfort you among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Amen.
Amen.